The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, who is finally settling down from vacation.
Yeah, I'm getting my color back. It's going from red to brown.
Now, let me ask this seriously. When you come in from a vacation, y'all pushed it. I'm one of those that like to come in, if you do vacation, come in on Friday and go back to work on Monday. Y'all seem to come in the wee hours before you have to show up to work. You're not wore out from that?
Not too bad. Of course, when you're used to getting up wee hour in the morning and working all day long and getting called out all the time, it really don't. My body's used to that. And,
yeah.
You know, in 10 days, we've covered 3 states and 3 countries.
That's a lot.
And yes, we've been kind of blowing and going. And had to go get the dog yesterday. You know, 10 days without your dog. And
that's bad.
Oh, it is. And
they take you down when you go to pick them up.
Oh, yeah, he like two-head went crazy when he saw us. So it was good to be able to. We went back to Robertsdale yesterday just to pick him up and then come back.
Yeah, Ellie decided at 2:30 this morning it was time to play, and she wanted me to get up and play with her. Told her I still had 30 minutes. Leave me alone.
I need to get me some of them anti-glare. I got me a text that says it's time for my appointment. The prescription is running out.
I may have to get some because it's getting to where I can't see so hot either. Get something to be able to see. We do hope everybody is doing well today. It's going to be a nice day, about 85, 86. And the great news on that is it's sunshine. Now, our biggest chance of rain is going to fall about Thursday with a 40% chance. But overall, we got a great looking week before we climb into the 90s on the weekend. So be prepared for that.
Yeah.
But if you've got an outdoor event planned, it couldn't be any more perfect than that. So we're looking forward to that as the week goes along. And this is unique, being it was, and I made this comment a while ago on that 6:30 show, it was almost like we rolled up the streets and threw away the key over the weekend. Nothing majorly happened.
I guess everybody's having a good time settling in after school. I mean, look at Highland Park's pool. Meridian opened up the pool, and they say it was packed. So had a bunch of people turn out for that. So maybe there's some activities. Maybe people are getting their times filled where they're not having just a bunch of idle time where they've got to fill it up with something they don't need to be.
Unless you were that one person, Meridian, last night that felt the urge at like 11 o'clock to go wash your clothes. You go in and start the laundry thing, and they come along and lock the door and lock you in there, and you're still washing your clothes. You have to call the cops to come get you out.
Could y'all come get me like that guy who got stuck in the storage shed because his wife locked him in there?
Yeah, whoops. I hadn't gotten any word on this. Clint tells us, is there any update on the wreck on the interstate? Westbound lanes were blocked. I have not been notified of an accident this morning.
I hadn't either. Do you know if that's city or county?
Yeah. Well, whereabouts on the interstate it was. Let us know so we can dig a little deeper in that to find out. We've, as we mentioned, as you were talking about, you get up all hours of the night. Another group of people that do the same thing is the power company, EMEPA. They do that all the time.
Yeah.
Let me show somebody that looks better than me and Odie will ever look in our lives as we show our special guest this morning. Julie, how in the world are you doing?
I'm doing great, Scotty Ray.
It's so good to see you again.
Well, thank you. Good to be here.
Now, she's got a lot of things she's going to be telling us about in a few moments of things that are happening with EMEPA. And also, we want to touch, now you're really, what I love so much about Julie is she's so involved in her church, and your church does so much for our community. We're going to talk about all of that in just a moment and let y'all know what's coming up with Vacation Bible School. It is so important for children to take part of that. If you've got a grandchild, make sure that they get there one way or another. Maybe you're a parent, single. Touch base with a neighbor that might run your children there because it's a good influence on their life.
That's right. And it starts when you're young, and the younger you can get these kids involved in church, give them something to do, the more it's going to stick with them. And having a good children's program is key, and I believe that y'all have that.
I had to put this on that. I'm telling you, is this writing in here getting smaller, Odie?
I don't know.
Or is it just my age?
I thought it was my prescription running out. Maybe it's yours, too.
These are my readers. I'm going to have to stick with it.
It said westbound 49th Avenue, right there by the co-op and all. So we're going to check into that.
Okay. Well, we certainly hope no one's injured with that. We'll come back in just a moment and get on that. Julie's going to tell us all about what's happening here locally. So y'all stay with us. We'll be right back as we begin this day together.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
Whoop, that's us.
Talk again.
Hey.
That happened quick. As we mentioned, Miss Julie Boles joins us this morning, and so many times. Now you can hear me. I didn't hit the button. Whoops. Julie, y'all just did an incredible thing at the church, the Evangel Temple. How many times did y'all do the choice?
We did The Choice, which is our drama that focuses really on teenagers and young adults and the things that they face in life, whether it's drugs, alcohol, suicide, unplanned pregnancy and abortion. We did it for all of the schools in our area, and then we did it for the several weekends following that. We did, I believe, about 11 showings of that drama in total.
And with that, I'm sure that brought a lot of folks to Christ. It is touching.
It did, absolutely. I mean, we've been doing dramas at our church for over 30 years, and the amount of people that have come to know Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior as a result is in the tens and potentially hundreds of thousands over those 30 years.
One of the largest auditoriums that is around is at the Evangel Temple, and it holds a lot. And it was a packed house each time y'all did this, wasn't it?
That's right. It was. For the school, when we did it for the schools, I mean, we were slam packed full, and then we did it on the weekends for parents and the public to come, and we had great crowds every time, which is why we continued to do it. We started in March, and we went all the way through. The weekend before Mother's Day was our last showing, and we're taking a break, letting our youth really were the primary people in the drama, because it was geared towards those young people. So those youth were getting out for the summer, and we just decided it was time for them to get a little bit of a break, and we might bring it back in the fall. That's
a huge commitment to do this, and of course you got to remember your line. I would be the one that has to have
because
the
they were
cue
practicing even before we started doing it. We were having rehearsals every Sunday, Wednesday after church. So they truly made a commitment for 6 months of their lives.
So
Did you fly like an angel?
That's what I was supposed to say. Julie, have you ever done the flying part? Have they ever convinced you to do that?
No, I've not been a flyer. I did play the part of Mary in The Choice this year, but I've never been flying.
How many, just for curiosity, how high up is that where they put you on that cable? Is it
too high for me to want to go up?
Me and you have a lot in common.
I'll catch you.
Oh, boy. But, all right, the next thing that's going to be happening at the Evangel Temple, I'm sure that y'all want as many that want to come out, is always, as we mentioned, Vacation Bible School. When does that start?
That's right. Our Vacation Bible School will be the second full week in June. The second. I think June 12th through the 15th. That's a Monday through a Thursday. And we do it in the evenings. I believe the times are from 6 to 8:30 p.m. So some churches do it in the day. We do it in the evening to accommodate those parents that work and can't get their kids there during the daytime. Give you a break in the evening if you've been with your kids all day too. If you're at home with your kids out for the summer.
Let me put you on the spot, and I don't like putting people. But what is do you know what the theme is this year?
Stellar. It's space themed.
Space.
Yeah, it's space themed, outer space. So stellar something. I don't remember exactly the phrasing of it.
Space theme. So get the kids involved. If they'd like to go, you can always call the church. They'll repeat the times and get you on your way.
That's right. And we do take ages, I believe it's 3 to 12.
Wow. What
Be a
about
good time?
I always remember at the Baptist Church in Scuba the great snacks. Y'all got snacks for the little kids
Oh
and stuff?
yeah,
like
we serve them dinner there too.
And the juice, the jungle juice.
I remember. The things that impress you as an adult from your childhood. That got me sold.
Well, it stuck with us.
It did.
So somebody did something right.
Now, the real reason that Julie dropped by today, this is important. As we know, today is the 30th. Tomorrow is the end of the month. And
Right.
what does June 1 mean?
June 1st is the beginning of hurricane season. So we just encourage people to get prepared. And on Thursday, June 1st of this year, we will be hosting our first ever EMEPA member expo. We've called it Get the Scoop, because we're going to be giving you the scoop of information. And we're also going to be serving Mississippi State Bulldog Shop ice cream.
Oh, that ice cream is in. So y'all got that
It
set
is.
up?
Yes, we've got the ice cream. Now, I would suggest if you're planning to come early. It's a come and go event, 9 to 3 the whole day, pretty much the whole day. But Mississippi State has had some trouble with their freezers, and so we weren't able to get quite as much ice cream as we had originally hoped for. So come early before we run out.
Get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on display, describe to us what you will have there. In my mind, I think we'll talk about some generators and electricity and how to prepare for what might
That's
possibly
right.
happen this year.
That's right. Well, we've got 3 main categories of information that we'll be sharing. Of course, safety. That's not just hurricane safety, but just general electrical safety, energy efficiency, and then also we'll have information about our new high-speed fiber internet service through East Mississippi Connect.
Now, that is everywhere I go, I hear about that of people going, boy, I couldn't even connect. And now all of a sudden you can watch things that you've never seen before, connect, and it's instant.
That's right. It's been incredible. We began in November of 2020. In fact, November 10th of 2020, we installed our very first subscriber, and last week we hit 10,000 subscribers. So
Wow.
Where are
Quite
we in
an
the
accomplishment.
county? Where is the process? Who's next? Who's going to be getting this?
we are actually 2 years ahead of schedule. We
Wow.
have finished our main line construction, which was supposed to take 5 years, and it's been 3. We just completed that. We still have the service drops to get to those last areas that we have not started connecting our subscribers. That's a lot of that is in the scuba area around Kemper County, South Clark County. Most of Lauderdale at this point does have access, and then also we're working up in Winston County as well. So we've just got our Phase 5 areas are really the only ones left to connect.
And I grew up in scuba, and I can. Do y'all remember that? What was that sound then when you had to connect? You remember that?
The AOL dial-up.
Yeah. Well, he still got his AOL.com account, so he can. But I do have some. There's a rumor going around.
What's the rumor?
So now that we've got you here, let's see if we can kind of settle that. Is there a chance that EMEPA will be providing internet for the city of Meridian folks that are on Mississippi Power?
Not right now. Now, down the line, years to come.
Possibility?
Can't close any doors on that. But at this point, our focus is really getting service to areas that do not already have an option, and areas that are within EMEPA's footprint.
Yeah, you had a lot of hopes up there. They was thinking, it's coming.
You know, we get asked that all the time, and I'm like, I'm emergency management, not power.
Yeah, you didn't know the answer to that.
Yeah, so
Right.
I don't know. I said, but one day we'll find out. Well,
There
Well,
we go.
our
There we
initial
go.
purpose was really to bring high-speed internet service to areas that did not already have
Right.
an available option. And so,
And then the
that's
neat thing
we've
about
been
what
doing.
this does is with the Wi-Fi, your phone will work off of Wi-Fi. If you live in a rural area and your cell phone doesn't work, when you get this high speed,
That's right.
the
And for
Wi-Fi.
those that still enjoy having a landline, we do offer digital phone service as well for a landline. We still have some folks out there that like to have that landline in their home, and we offer that service also.
and especially if you have on the rural route, you have a business, you could use that also
That's
as
right.
as your business line. That's now give us the times again of when this will be happening, so we'll be kind of on track to come down and see all this.
Okay. Well, Get the Scoop Member Expo Thursday, June 1st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and it is in the auditorium at our Highway 39 office here in Meridian.
Now, one thing before you go, let me ask this: when it comes to generators, I know there's a lot of people that have the pull behind generators, but one of the neatest thing that is coming around is people buying the Generac brand, where you put it up up against your house, and and y'all can tell about that, which is good, which is bad.
Yeah, just as long as you have a certified electrician to properly install your generator, it does pose a threat to our linemen, any utility worker, if your generator is not properly installed, because it can backfeed onto the lines, which can be very hazardous for our employees. So as long as it's installed properly, then it's a good route to take if that's something you're interested in.
All right.
Man, I tell you, that's something to be able to have this internet so you can keep up with this weather coming in. You can have Scotty Ray on a constant stream. You don't have to worry about Scotty Ray going out during the weather. So this EMEPA internet has been great.
And everybody's back up from that last storm we had. Thank heavens.
That's right. Yes, we've got everybody up, going, just rocking along. And I'll mention this too. Later in June, because we hit our 10,000th subscriber last week, later in June we're going to be doing 10 days of giveaways on East Mississippi Connect's Facebook page. So if anybody's not already following us there, before the end of June, you want to follow us so you can get in on those giveaways.
Oh, I like giveaways.
Hey, nothing better than free.
We'll share the page where everybody can click on it and follow that, where it's easy to find also. Julie, thank you for coming in and tell us about what's going on.
Glad to be here.
Come by and see them as they bring in those scoops ice cream from Mississippi State.
Mississippi State cow milk.
Woohoo! Thank you, and we do appreciate you.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381. Folks, if your yard is needing grass and you need it quick, talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding. They offer residential and commercial. The great thing about this, it doesn't wash, the water treads, and it holds the soil in place. It's the easiest way to grow grass. That's hydro seeding. You'll get a great looking lawn without all the dry spots. How many times have you put out seed and it gets washed away, blown away, or even the birds eat it? Talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding, 601-728-1954. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we begin this Tuesday morning. As we said, the great news is we don't have anything bad to say. Everything's been kind of calm. Now, as the morning light comes, we had a lot of alarms on the east side of Meridian last night. And I do expect, as we know, that we did have some burglaries that happened over the long Labor Day weekend. Not Labor Day, but Memorial
Day. Yeah.
A slip of the tongue there. But we did have some businesses that were broken into, and I do expect more to be found as people come back that haven't checked on their businesses all weekend. I expect that, and you always find out a little bit later. And it's the news media, for the most part, takes off during this time, and you'll start hearing more stories that come out, that come to light today across the state. One thing that we have been following, and we mentioned it yesterday morning, was the pastor in Arkansas that was involved in the train wreck.
Yeah, terrible situation, and need to continue sending prayers up for this family.
2 of the little girls were killed in the train accident. The preacher and his son were rushed to the hospital. He's been let loose, and his son is still there, and all youngsters. Every one of these. And we send out special prayers to Arkansas and hope a full recovery. And I don't think his wife was in the vehicle.
She didn't get hurt at all, so probably not.
But
It
that's
didn't really say on that whole story whether she was in it or not.
But you have to think and pray for those that have been injured there. And we do hope a full recovery of that comes with them.
Yeah.
Let's see here what else is shaping across America this morning. Hey,
oh, man.
Scott Stevens, I have to give him credit on kudos of taking some fantastic pictures.
Yeah.
The East Mississippi Veterans Park, which is out there. Let's look at this. These are some pictures that he took of the plane there.
And is that not gorgeous?
It is.
You know,
he's
and
got talent.
It hadn't been that long ago that they drugged this airplane out of a desert graveyard over in, was it Arizona?
Yeah, it sure was.
And they brought it back here. I did a lot of work on this and got it painted and put up on this pedestal. And It is a beautiful sight. It's a heartwarming sight. It's a great memorial to have right here in Meridian, and you do need to go by and look at that.
Yeah. And as I've said before, if you're a local photographer, send us your pictures. We like to share what people take snapshots of. Weather pictures. It doesn't have to be a weather picture, but a great picture is a great picture, and that was it. Now, we all gathered together yesterday as we went down to the Lauderdale County Courthouse as we celebrated Memorial Day to remember those who lost their lives, who gave us, well, our
The freedom we have.
And as we look at a few of these pictures here was the event as we go through here. Oh, Tate's up in there.
Billy.
Yeah. A large crowd turned out, and we do appreciate each and every one of them. The Meridian Fire Department always showing the colors for us. We appreciate that. As we go through this, just each and every one showed up, and we appreciate you. This is before the event began. It was a great turnout. So many people came, and we do appreciate y'all coming out and remembering those. And again, this happened in most likely every county in the area.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't able to attend them all. They usually all happen at the same time. But a big thank you to all that work behind the scenes to make events like this work throughout our area. Something caught my eye this morning. I've never seen this. Nashville, Tennessee. I've never seen, I've seen our fire station number one and all our different ones. But Nashville, they got a firehouse that is unique.
That is neat, right?
Look
there.
at this. An antebellum firehouse. I have never seen that.
That's beautiful.
That's Nashville, Tennessee, station number 14. Never in my life have I seen that.
That is a beautiful fire station now.
It is. It looks as though it was a house that was converted.
It does.
And I'm not sure if that's what happened, but maybe so.
Instead of building a new one, hey.
Yeah.
Update something that's already fitting into the ambiance of the community.
As we look to our west, it's just gotten to be almost a weekly occurrence as we look at Hinds County, Mississippi, the Jackson area. Do you remember a few weeks ago when we had that jailbreak?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we had
adults.
another one. Yep, 2 more escaped. One has been taken into custody as we go to our friends over at Dark Horse Press. We've got one taken into custody. Mitchell Lewis has been rearrested for escaping. We still have one on the lam, as they say, Joespeh Wesley Spring. Now, what he has done is probation violation of a stolen weapon and burglary. But take this serious. Let me show these pictures here. Again, this is from our friends over at Dark Horse Press as they put this out. These are the 2 characters that broke out. This is the gentleman that they're still looking for there. So be on the lookout for that. As we found out on that last one, although there were misdemeanor type crimes, it turned into a very serious one. I don't suggest letting anybody in your home because we don't know what they're capable of or wherever this guy is at this point.
You know, it's a sad situation that, I mean, look how young they are.
Yeah.
And their lives are ruined. Can they turn it around? Yes.
They're going to get a little bit more time to think about this for jumping the fence.
Yeah. But
Isn't it like, am I wrong? Is it 5 years that you get automatically for trying to escape?
I'm not sure exactly what the minimum is.
It's a major deterrent, though.
Yeah.
But let's certainly hope that this last gentleman is taken back into custody without incident. That's what we want, by all means.
We need more jobs.
That's right.
You know, and it goes back to what you brought in on the early show. We've got AI that's taken over.
And that's artificial intelligence, if you're wondering what. Because the first time I saw that, I thought, who is Al?
Say, wait a minute. What's going on here? But, you know, being raised in fast food restaurants, with my dad owning the Dairy Queen, what McDonald's did with going with some of these kiosks where you place your own order.
Yeah.
And automatic French fries where you've got robots doing this work. And then you've got Wendy's now announcing that they're going to push out this. You can't blame them because
everybody wouldn't come to work.
Nobody come to work, and they want $18, $20 an hour to work. It is a fast food restaurant, and your management makes good money. The rest of this is not a lifelong burger flipper for the rest of your life kind of job. This job is meant to get you through high school, teach you the value of money, to get you through college, to teach you the value of hard work. And when you find what you do for a career, you open that position back up for the next young person to come along and learn about what it is to make money, earn money, work a schedule that's not meant to raise a 4-person family on a burger flipping job.
Right.
And we've gotten to where there are no other careers out there. We've shipped those off to other countries.
It's scary.
And now all you've got left is this, and they cannot survive.
And now more
without
of these
doing
are fixing to go away.
And now more, we're pushing, well, we need to look at Mexico. Why don't we look at America first? Oh, wait a minute, we've tried that.
Yeah.
That made a lot of people mad for some reason. We were getting jobs back.
Yeah, we were.
So we decided, well, let's get somebody else in here that can push jobs away. We need jobs. We need careers. We need something that people can support their family, and government is not the answer, guys.
No, it's not.
Let me get up off my stool. Sit back down
I think
for
there's a
minute.
lot of people that agree with what you said. We do need manufacturing back in the great U.S. I remember Clark County equipment, even Meridian, these sock factories, jeans factories that we used to have. They got shipped to Mexico. They're gone. We got to bring something back. And as we all learned during the pandemic, if it's not made in America and everything is shut down, you ain't getting it.
It ain't coming here quick.
How long did it take to get a part for your lawnmower, for your car? Oh, my heavens.
And in California, if you didn't fit their criteria, you wasn't going to drive through their state to pick up supplies to bring it anywhere else.
That's a foreign country at this point, I think.
It is. And that's when Florida stood up and says, hey, if y'all can make it, y'all come on over here because our porch is open.
Well, something is happening on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. It is underway. So many people drive down to take advantage of this. Shrimp season is wide open. It's the 94th annual Blessing of the Fleet took place.
I wonder if Bubba Gump going to be there.
I always get tickled every time I watch that. And it gets to the end. Well, that's all I know about shrimp.
Yeah. You can barbecue it, saute it.
He talked and talked and talked and then talked some more.
Yeah.
But what a great movie that was. You can't help but stop and watch that every time that it comes on. We do see that over the weekend that 2 people were killed in an accident in Yazoo County, Mississippi. Condolences that we should be getting the numbers from the Mississippi Highway Patrol of how many DUIs. And we'll also check with Lauderdale County to see how many DUIs were put out over the weekend. And it saves lives. Remember that now.
Yeah.
It truly does as we look at things that have happened. Kosciuszko, this happened toward the end of last week, and I didn't get to it, but one person was arrested in Kosciuszko, not far from here. That's where Oprah come from.
It sure is.
For stabbing a woman. We don't know what led up to this or why, but apparently it was an argument of some sort that didn't work out too well.
Yeah, somebody got upset at the Udden.
I have no idea why we had a shortage of toilet paper. You remember when the 18-wheeler got stolen with all the toilet paper in Tennessee?
Well, it's because when that pandemic came along, there were so many people full of. We had to do something with it.
Never heard it said quite like that, Odie.
So it was. Well, that's the only thing that could have happened.
There you go. But there was a shortage of just about everything. And it was probably a raw material. I know that some of that's made in our area. Probably a material that's mixed in with that we couldn't get shipped in from another country.
And people panic. We don't think a lot.
Mention the word snow.
Yeah, and it's you're going to get all the milk, all the water, and people panicked that everything was going to shut down. And if you really think about it, in some places, toilet paper would be a necessity. We don't teach how to make do with what you got anymore. So people panicked and went and got it because it was fairly cheap. Toilet paper doesn't cost a whole lot.
What did I say when we started the show just a few moments ago that we would, what was that? Start getting businesses that were broken into?
Yeah.
We have our first 2 of the morning.
Ding, ding, ding. Here's news update.
Breaking as we see that Bonita Auto Sales was broken into, and also BMW was broken into whether it was last night or over the weekend, most likely last night. So another 2 businesses broken into. So Get to your businesses, check them. As I said, on that east side of Meridian, I heard a lot of alarms, and that does include that Bonita area out through there as we started the show. I never got confirmations, but I do know that a lot of alarms went off, and police were dispatched. I don't know how many they found. There's going to be more of these today.
Well, you said it. You said it's going to come later on this morning when people start going to the office and getting there. They're going to see where over this long weekend, while everybody was out celebrating, somebody was helping themselves to their hard-earned work.
The streets were too quiet. There were a lot of people out of town, so there isn't as many people to notice odd things going on. And that's when criminals go to work. So we'll update you as this comes about. But again, two businesses there. Bonita Auto Sales and also BMW broken into. We'll be right back with more as we'll go back into history. Not as much happened today, but we're going to talk about it and do that next.
No matter how many times you try, and no matter where you call, Representative 81 Steve Horn won't answer the phone. We're not getting any representation in Jackson. District 81, we can do better. Vote Ben Shirley, August the 8th. Paid for by Ben Shirley.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue. Named the barbecue capital burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Are you looking for a trustworthy place to buy your next car or truck? Visit my friends at Massey Supermart Auto Sales. They've been doing business since 1955. There's a reason they've been in business for so long. They have fair prices, superior service, and repeat customers. For your next quality pre-owned vehicle, it's Massey Supermart Auto Sales. Taking care of your car needs at 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Nothing adds more value to your home than well-manicured landscaping. Distinctive Borders can transform the look of your residential or commercial landscaping with continuous decorative concrete curbing. Distinctive Borders adds an attractive, durable, and permanent solution that will add value and prestige to the overall appearance of your home's landscape. Choose from a custom range of colors and patterns at an affordable price. Locally owned and operated right here in Meridian, Mississippi. Distinctive Borders, 601-490-3678.
Odie was just commenting how he liked all of that. That does look good, doesn't it?
And those borders just add so much to it. I mean, wow. I'm going to have to call him up and say, hey, check me out.
We're talking about jobs there. If you're looking for a job, don't forget our friends at Structural Steel are hiring now. And I've talked about this several times. They've got employees that have been there 30 to 40 years. And if you'd like a career that's going to be around with a company that started, based here in Meridian, let me send you out to Structural Steel today. Give Mike a call, and they'll get you to work, and you'll be on to supporting your family.
Yeah, we're talking a company that the owner still shows up.
Yep.
We're talking a company that the owner is involved in this community.
Big time.
His money stays here. His money pays you a good wage for working down there. And it is a great company to work for. I can vouch for that. I worked down there for about 3 years and loved it, and they took great care of us. But you can't just walk in. You've got to have some kind of education.
Yep. And MCC can teach you that. They have so many things that happen at MCC, and if you'll go out and check out what they've got. You ever thought about when you're in there getting ready for surgery, and the doctor's going, I need such and such, and you're going,
quick stat.
Yep. They teach you all of that at MCC. If you really like the medical field, it's a great way to get started. You learn, and you can go on to become a doctor from this. There's so many things that MCC begins the road to your path of a future. See them today, MCC. You'll enjoy it. Find out more. Visit them online or drop by. You can even talk to the instructors and go, I'm interested in this. Tell me a little bit more. And they'll take the time to do that for you.
And if y'all pay attention to us, we're talking about something different every day. Mm-hmm. And that is from local Meridian Community College, that you can start a career that will support your family. And you can do it right here in Meridian, right here at MCC.
Patsy joining us from Clark County. Salute. We do appreciate that. Miss Winnie is watching also. Good morning.
You've got everybody, and we haven't really said a whole lot. I think both of us have Tuesday morning eye problems, and we're not been able to read a whole lot every day.
Let's see. We also want to mention that ServPro was broken into over the weekend. We've got a picture on the website, if you'd like to go back and take a look at that, of the person they're looking for, and they are offering a $500 reward that leads to the arrest of the person.
That's right.
Visit our page and see all of that.
Money talks.
It does. It does.
So
we do hope people that take things that aren't theirs are caught, and that judges will do their job and keep them where they belong.
Miss Millie was talking about, Governor Newsom over in California, if your truck's more than 10 years old, you can't run there. And that was the problem. You can't drive in our state and come pick up supplies and deliver across the country. So there's a problem with California. So, hey, start shipping everything to either Florida or somewhere else, and we'll get our goods trucked in.
That's what we want.
All right, what you got going on there, Chester Cat?
Let's go on back and begin what happened in history here. Let's go back to 1922 when it was dedicated on this date. Now, I'm sure you had a cousin that showed up for that as we go to the Lincoln Memorial. It was dedicated today. And that is just a piece of Washington, D.C. When you think of Washington, that's it.
Or you look at your penny.
Yep, he's there.
And that is a huge statue.
It is.
It is huge, but it's a beautiful building.
Check it all out there. Now, if you love Westerns, this is not going to be a shock of who this next guy is. He was a big old boy, stood about 6'6". His name was Clint Walker. Doesn't mean anything to you. He played a character in a Western that was on for about 10 years in the 60s called Cheyenne. And there he is there, Clint Walker, celebrating a birthday today.
1927.
Starting to be, and I really hate that Westerns aren't around anymore, any new ones. I enjoyed them, but it faded away, and it doesn't seem to be what the audiences want for some reason.
Eastwood and all those guys who were integral in our growing up TV experience.
One of our all-time heroes would be Al Bundy. Who doesn't like Al? Yeah. You can't help it, him and Peg. And who remembers this guy, Ted McGinley? He was born on this day.
That was Marcy's husband, stay-at-home dad, wasn't he? Or he was just a stay-at-home husband.
Now, what they never explained on the show is when Steve disappeared and he took over.
Yeah, what happened to Steve?
Steve just went, whoop. One day I was watching and I never saw him again.
Yeah. I mean, no transition, no nothing.
It's just got like a husband and a doorstep. I don't know. It was quick.
Well, like Bewitched, at least they kept both of them named Darwin.
Yeah. Darwin. Ralph Carter may not ring a name to you, but maybe the name Michael does as we go back for good times. Y'all remember that?
Man, Dynamite.
Born in 1961, and I don't guess I've ever seen him in a TV show since then. A lot of the other characters I did, but I just don't remember. And the sister, was her name Velma? Was that what her name was?
I think it was Velma.
Yeah, I never saw her in another TV show.
I saw her.
You did?
In something. Yeah, I can't remember what it was now. But, yeah.
As we look at the next one, they were probably one of country music's, well, really the only mother-daughter duo that's ever been this huge. Winona celebrates a birthday today. 1964 she was born.
Yeah, they Amy's son, I get my stepson, he loved the Judge. They went and saw the Judge in concert.
Grandpa.
Yep.
Tell me about the good old days. And it's just only love can build a bridge. And then she had her own career years later there that went on. 1966, it's been a rarity that you ever saw this guy in public. Whatever. We just know that his name is Carl, and he may own a construction company. That's about all you know. But he married Dolly today back in 66.
Kept him in the background.
Yeah. It would be kind of tough to sit back and watch your wife hanging out with Kenny Rogers and all those rumors that went on.
Honey, I'm going to be in a movie. What's the name of it?
The
best
greatest
little whorehouse in Texas. I'd be like, no, we're not going.
We ain't doing that.
We're not going to do that now. You can't find no married little lamb or something that you can play in.
Boy. But it's a marriage that has lasted through the years. Oddly,
really has.
they never had children. She said that she chose that because she gave back so much to the community and felt that she couldn't do both. And she does. That woman helps a lot of people. But her husband, the mystery man.
The mystery man.
And he's responsible for Jolene hanging out with the chick down at the bank. Wrote the greatest country song ever, probably. 1967, I had the toys. I think you did, too.
Yeah.
He was like, I almost feel like in a way that that TV show, The World's Greatest American Hero, may have been kind of themed after this guy. He wore the red, white, and blue, and he was every little boy's dream of what a guy was. Evel Knievel successfully jumped today 16 cars in Gardena, California.
Man, had that little wind-up thing that you get to go on and that motorcycle take off.
It would be.
And he had a little cape on.
Evel was, it really was the greatest American hero.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he supported the red, white, and blue.
You remember he tried to jump the Grand Canyon in a rocket?
Yeah, it didn't work out so well.
Didn't work out. And Robbie tried to take over.
Yeah, he tried baseball for a while. That didn't work out either. Mine went to jail over that one. Whoops.
Whoops.
Watch those tempers, no matter how famous you get. 1981, Hank Williams Jr. released it on this day.
Wow.
Dixie on My Mind.
Oh,
I've seen a
Hank
few
Williams.
squirrels and a few porcupines.
He was seeing a lot more than squirrels when he got through drinking that in that bottom pit down there.
That was the cover to Rowdy, the CD that all of that came from. But stuck up here and got Dixie on My Mind, if you'll remember that song years ago. 1987. Remember Sybil Shepherd?
Golly.
What was the TV show? Was it Moonlighting? Am I right?
Moonlighting? Yep.
She was a beautiful lady. She graced the cover of TV Guide in 1987 on this day. The people that you no longer see, it's just amazing.
I guess we're getting old.
Hush. Go ahead and depress me early, Odie.
We'll start it off that way.
Boy, oh boy. Let's go back to 2007, and you're looking for some collard greens and some sweet tea. Well, it made a #1 song.
Yeah, it did.
He was having a great career right up until he jumped on that little old couple there and chewed them out there, and somebody videoed it.
Ooh.
Career takes a left turn sometimes when you do things like that. Just ask Jerry Lee Lewis.
Doesn't matter who's selling sweet tea.
That's right.
You're stuck.
Never talk back to old folks to be ugly to them.
You know, so, and I don't know the exact whole story, but I mentioned something yesterday about some kids that were unruly that were bumping into some older people.
Yeah.
On the ship.
Oh.
But then it came up where a fella got arrested on his way off the debarkation while he was getting ready to try and exit. Well, they ended up arresting this older fella. What's been talked about on our Facebook group with the ship was that guy was one of them that got bumped into a couple times and laughed at. And that old man reached back, pegged one of them teenagers. And so they arrested him.
The older man got arrested?
Yeah, for pegging a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
But here's my thing. I'd like to find out, because if it is, we need to start a GoFundMe account and help this fella out.
Because he was getting pushed around by a group.
But he got tired of that. Now he reached back, pow.
It's kind of like the Marines being jumped on that we brought up by the 40 teenagers that jumped on it. Hey, I got a correction from Thelma. Thelma corrected me that her name was not Velma on Good Times, but her name was Thelma.
Thelma. That's exactly right.
I was thinking Scooby-Doo. Thelma, thank you so much for correcting me on the Thelma remark there. Thank you.
Reggie.
We'll be right back.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham.
Patrick Allen Companies services and repairs all brands of overhead doors, residential and commercial. Our service technicians are factory trained and have over 125 years of combined experiences. At Patrick Allen Companies, we are not interested in being the biggest, just the best. We are just 4 miles south of Meridian on Highway 145. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Well, the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, the doors are open today, and anything that you might need as we get ready for summer to make your place look good, roses to any shrubbery in the yard, maybe you need a tree. They got all of that. Just things to liven up the neighborhood. What do they call that word? Curb what?
Curbside appeal.
There, you got to have a little bit of that.
Yes.
They've got that. And inside you can find anything from just a regular garden. There's nothing worse than going to grab the water hose and no pressure, and you see this stream of water shooting out way down the line. Well, get you another one. They can fix you up there with a great garden hose and anything that you might need to sit and relax on the front porch. There's nothing quite like a rocker.
Oh, man, it's not.
It is. Go by and see them. Exit 151 off the interstate is where you go. Drop in. They'll take the time to help you find anything that you're looking for.
That's right.
Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Already, what time is it? 7:30?
Golly, 47, 46?
Yeah, time getting away from us.
Man, it doesn't take long when you're having a good time.
Oh, we always do.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm not sure if everybody's aware of this. This is one of the most feared things could happen to anybody is being locked inside a place. This happens on a national chain level, Arby's, as a manager walked into a cooler and was locked in. The latch on the door was broke.
Wow.
She never got out. She would be found 10, 11, 12 hours later.
That's terrible.
And y'all know where I'm going with that. I don't want to describe the scene, but it was very horrible. And they're saying that it had been broke for like 6 months. They had asked for it to be repaired. It was not, and she lost her life due to this. I cannot imagine the horror that would have been.
No, and nothing.
It was in Louisiana. New Iberia is where that took place, as more information becomes available on that. The only thing that I've ever heard, this was in New York City about 6-7 years ago, and again, it makes the hair stand up on my arm to even think about it, is they were going, the city got a new police department, and as we all know how homeless go in and take over buildings after people have left out. A homeless person went into a jail cell. Somehow or another, the door closed, and they were found years later in that. And that also is one of those. I have never forgotten that news story. It gives me the because you can only imagine.
Oh yeah, and you can scream and holler all you want.
Nobody hears you.
Nobody hears you.
Helen, good morning. So glad you're joining us. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey y'all.
Oh, I saw someone who mentioned their husband was a truck driver. And they'd been treated kind of bad across America as they went. I always treat those truck drivers good. They deliver those products to us.
You can't live without them.
No, they hard-working folks, y'all.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you to everybody that's given me some kind words over the last couple of days on
your shirts,
saying that you missed me, and our shirts and all that stuff. Yeah.
We do have. I gotta
wear that up here.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. We may have our bits with crime here and there, but we have one of the most wonderful places that you can live in. If you're watching from a far off place this morning, this is a great place, regardless of what goes on of the few criminals that we have that try to disrupt things. It's a great place. We help one another recover when we're down on our luck. We have churches that help build back families when they have issues. It is a great place.
And why is the crime being talked about? Number one, because it needs to be. People need to know what's going on. So we're going to talk about that crime. The good, the bad, the ugly. Everything gets out there. There's no sugarcoating, no hiding. You start talking about the crime and let people know what's going on in this community and see that there is a little problem with it. Then getting it fixed will come quicker. Do you remember how you used to hear there's no gang here, there's no gang here, there's no gang here? And then finally, when somebody decided to say, yes, there is gang here, it was way too late.
Yep.
To get that information out so the public knew that it really was a problem. But let me tell you, if you really think that pushing out that there's crime going on every day on this program is doing hurt to this community, you're wrong. Because the community is still growing. The community is still going out and having fun and supporting our businesses.
That's right.
It's giving information to the community, what they need to know. But you hit the nail on the head. We have a great community. We have an awesome community. We have a great city. And let's keep going forward. And the only way you can go forward is to let people know what's going on.
Right. And it teaches you a great way to vote. If you don't like the way things are, investigate who's running for office and make a change when it's necessary.
But you're going to find out what's going on, the good, bad, the ugly.
That's right. We tell it all.
You know, whether it's the crime or a way to bring you to Christ.
That's correct.
You're going to learn it from right here.
We'll be right back. More to come.
Hi, I'm Nick Lisi. I am owner of Pinch and Tails Crawfish Shack here in Meridian, Mississippi. We are located right across the street from the Subway Sandwich Shop, right next to the Little Griddle. If you're a seafood lover, we have the absolute best seafood in town. We carry crawfish, shrimp, lobster tails, raw oysters, snow crab, corn potato sausage, all the fixins. And for all of your special orders and catering needs, please call 601-934-0598. We're located in downtown Marion.
It's campaign season. Do yourself a favor and elect Reed Tree Service. Got a tree that scares you each time that it sways in the wind? Elect Reed Tree Service to remove that threat. Have storm winds knocked a tree down in your yard and you want it gone? Elect Reed Tree Service. Professional, experienced, insured. Call Mike 601-416-1233 and elect Reed Tree Service for all of your needs. Tell them Scotty Ray sent you.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
Well, our friends at Maple's One Stop Shop invite you by today. They got a lot to offer you. Well, gas at a friendly price there and cool drinks. If you need a Gatorade, they got that 2 for $5.29 through these summer months. Even the Mountain Dew 20-ounce products, 2 for $4. And let me just explain, it's going to be one of the cleanest places that you go into when you go to get your lunch. Well,
oh, you got that right. It doesn't matter if it's just a quick one or if it's the sit-down, which we all know the old Judge's store in Causeyville.
Yeah.
The food is great. The building is clean. And the people that work there are always welcoming.
Ooh, a plate lunch. Go by. Lottery tickets and a whole lot more. See them today. Maple's One Stop Shop. 6 locations across the area to drop into. You'll notice it when you walk in. It's going to be clean, exceptionally clean. Visit with them today there.
And go by and get your community coffee. They will help keep you up in the morning.
That is good stuff. You did a class on this not long ago, and we always urge, because there's so many people that are going to be heading to the beach from our areas, like this past weekend.
Yes. 15. Look, guys, we can't stress this enough. When you see people at the beach that are drowning out in the ocean, out in the Gulf, if you look, they're not from that area. And I say that they're not part of that group is because they teach the kids in school down there what to look for as far as a rip current, a rip tide. It's the people who live up north that go down south, that get in the water, that are dying because they do not know. This is not a swimming pool.
Right.
This is not Lake Okeechobee. This is the ocean. Some people ask the Gulf. It is an ocean, and it is dangerous, and you've got to really know what to look for, because we're talking over 190 people a year die because of a rip current.
And we see this as a 15-year-old loses his life. 4 others were swept out. They didn't drown, but 1 did. 1 is too many.
One is too many, and that's unnecessarily because they are not educated on what's going on. And we've got some more information we can push out and give you. We're putting that out on our webpage, and we'll let you know when that's done. But y'all, you've got to be careful when you go down there. You can't take it for granted.
I look at this other national headline story. Now, I've never understood this. And apparently the punishment is not hard enough for people walking into a museum. And they bring in spray paint and they start tearing up things because they want to make a point. Apparently, we've not made the penalty for doing this bad enough to where these people will never do it again.
That's right.
They did this again, National Art Gallery in Washington, D.C. over the weekend. They've done $2,500 worth of damage. Why? Because they knew they wouldn't get into any trouble. It irks me to no end for somebody to destroy something that is not theirs.
Yeah, that's terrible.
They ought to make them stand on a street corner with a sign for the rest of the day and tell what they done. That's just a start.
We got a birthday we got to get to with Jesse Green, who is serving our country. His birthday was Sunday.
Wow.
But he is on his 4th deployment, giving us the freedom of what we're doing right now and what you're doing on your daily business. So happy birthday, Jesse. Thank you for what you're doing for our country.
We do appreciate that so much. And as always, get your birthdays, anniversaries, whatever you got going on to us. We'll be glad to announce those. Odie, we're almost out of time here.
And here it is again. It's Tuesday. Wednesday's coming. Friday's on the way. We love you. Be careful. Be safe. We'll see you in 23 hours.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: